Hi everyone, and welcome to the Ethereal Tarot channel. My name is Alexa, and in today's reading we will be looking into what truth is coming to you. So there are 4 groups to choose from in today's reading, left to right. We're just going to go on and jump in and look at each option. Timestamps can be found in the description for when you know which group or groups are calling to you. Do what you feel and trust yourself in this process. So starting with group 1, we have the card here, Panther. Group 2, for you, we have the Eagle. Group 3, for you, we have the Bear. In group 4, for you, we have the Wolf. So those are your options. Take your time with choosing. Again, timestamps can be found in the description, and I shall see you very soon. Hello group 1, and welcome to your reading on what truth is coming to you. So let's go on and get into the reading for you group 1 to see what truth is coming to you at this time. What truth is coming to group 1 at this time, please, group 1? What truth is coming to them? Group 1. Group 1, I immediately hear it doesn't have to be so hard. Maybe you are applying a lot of focus and action and direction towards a specific goal, or you could be really wanting to get things going very quickly. But with the square in reverse, I feel that you may be applying excess pressure upon yourself to perform or to achieve some type of ideal that you have for yourself, and I don't think that this message is encouraging you to not be as ambitious or to not pursue this desired outcome. But I do feel that the saying work smarter not harder is kind of coming through for you, and it's not in like a condescending way. I feel that your efforts would serve you well if you were more deliberate, or allowing yourself to process before you take action on a specific drive. I want to get more information, but I do feel the truth that's coming to you is this energy of patience and pacing yourself and not falling into a trap of intense action all at once to achieve some type of goal in a short amount of time, but rather conserving your resources, ensuring that you put in a sustainable amount of effort that will be more sustainable for you and will help you to see your goal through without burning yourself out. There's an energy of not burning yourself out because you are so headstrong about making significant changes in your life, or you are so headstrong about pursuing some type of goal. Whatever that goal may be, I just see there's a lot of action that you're wanting to take. And for some of you, this could be a lot of physical activity or a lot of stress that you've been putting on your body. And I think it's important that you take care of yourself and not get too caught up with this ideal of who you should be or what you should be doing, but realize the human part of yourself and the part of you that does get fatigued, that can get injured if you overexert yourself. There's big energies here of self-care and listening to your needs and not overriding them because you want to prove yourself in some way. Let's get more information for you, group 1. What truth is coming to them? Yeah, group 2. No, not group 2. I'm so sorry. Group 1. I feel that there could be this wanting to escape your past or move on from your past faster than is meant to be. I just think there's like a natural unfolding that is meant to happen, and I do feel like that unfolding requires patience, and it requires you to get in touch with a softer side of yourself, with a more compassionate side of yourself, especially being more compassionate towards yourself and what you have been experiencing in your past. I do feel there's this focus on outward exertion or outward motion to remove the focus from the internal challenges that you may have been facing. But with the sun on the bottom, I do feel like it's time to shine a light on these darker aspects of yourself, or the parts of you that have been in the shadows or that you've been suppressing, group 1, and seeing how bringing light to these aspects of yourself could further expand your understanding of not only yourself but also of what you want to pursue, and maybe it will open new doors of understanding what is meaningful for you and what will be fulfilling for you to pursue. I do think that what's coming to you, this truth that is coming to you, is learning to honor this process of transition and recognizing that things are changing, that it is time for a change, that there is a lot of new and exciting things around the corner that you will be able to take action towards, but focusing on the present and not getting too caught up with the excitement of the ideas of the future, but really grounding in what you're experiencing right now and making sure that you're not carrying past baggage from old relationships or just emotional pain that you've encountered, or just situations that have tested your emotional boundaries or just have tested you emotionally. Ensuring that you've worked through that and have seen how that's affected you in some way, or how it's affected your ability to express yourself, and ensuring that you are not trying to bypass this process by moving too quickly. Group 1. Yeah, I just feel like this impulsive energy with you, a bit of impatience, like let's get on with it, what's going on, what's the hold up, why are things not moving, and it's kind of like you're forcing change when that's not necessary. I feel for you, group 1, this is a time of review, of recalibration, recuperation, relaxation, and I really get big energies of cleansing, clearing, detoxing, and making space, making room, because it does seem like there has been a lot that you've had to encounter, and I do feel like it's brought a lot of awareness to you about what you value and what's important to you, and I feel like that process of uncovering that part of you has had a level of pain associated, whether that's painful endings in relationships or painful realizations of insecurities that you've had that have hindered you from expressing yourself authentically, or that have limited your ability to express love with a sense of safety behind it, or just feeling safe in relationships. I feel like there's a lot to unpack right there, and that's why I feel there's this focus on this truth coming to you being about slowing down and really allowing yourself to go deeper than you've been wanting to go. So let's get a bit more here for you. Why don't we, group one? I do feel it's time to bring out that shovel, metaphorically, and it's time to dig deep inside of yourself. It seems like a time of self-discovery, so that when it is time to take action, you are truly ready to move in this new direction rather than trying to force change because you're trying to outrun your past. Group one. So let's go on, get more information for you. Anything else? What truth is coming to group one, please? Definitely take a deep breath, group one. Let's slow down. Okay. What messages? Group one, what truth? Yes, things are working out as they should. With the spider, I do feel like you're trying to create prosperity in your life very quickly, or you're trying to establish the foundation of your life through multiple ways, or you have so many ideas of what you want to create, and it's like a strategy that has to be fulfilled. And we know with strategies, they take time to develop and they also take time to implement. So I do feel that, like a spider building its web, slow and steady wins the race, patience and time. And before you know it, you have built a sustainable foundation for yourself that is reliable, because you weren't focused on the end result. You were focused on moving through each step and completing each step with focus, diligence, and presence. And with this turtle card, what immediately came to mind is from what is that movie with Dory, Finding Nemo, where Dory is saying, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. That's what I feel for you, group one. Just keep swimming. There is no race. I feel there's no rush. I feel you may be rushing yourself or you could be looking at a timeline of something happening in your life or feeling like time's ticking, and perhaps it is ticking. I feel like time is always continuing. That's the nature of life, but that doesn't mean that we have to outrun time. I feel the truth that's coming to you is that time is your friend, and it's not something that you should be afraid of, but rather you should embrace that things take time, and with that, it gives you the opportunity to grow, to learn, to make mistakes, and to learn from those mistakes without feeling like you're lagging behind or feeling like you aren't moving forward. And I'm also feeling like there's a need to remove a focus on comparing yourself to your peers or comparing your process to that of another person, because everyone's path is different and yours may look a different way, and that's fine. But definitely staying in your lane with this turtle and spider card, focusing on building the life that you want and connecting with what matters for you and what you want your life to look like outside of the influences around you. And I also feel there may be a sense of not knowing what's ahead of you, or not wanting to sit in this discomfort of what is the word? Of not knowing. This fear of the unknown may be coming up for you, and it may be prompting you to take impulsive action. But it's important that you sit with this and you process it, and you learn how to navigate through these unclear times, because as you do, you learn to trust yourself and you learn to trust in your decision making for yourself, and you always will receive the answer. Like, clarity always comes, and just rest in that knowing, group one. So that's another truth I feel is coming to you, that there is always light that shines you will always get the clarity that you need. And also, I feel that not everything will be 100% clear, but that shouldn't stop you from moving forward. But also, don't run away from the parts of you that you may be wanting to avoid, such as your emotions. Yeah, you may be wanting to avoid those emotions. Yeah, I see that with the fish here. Yeah, you may also need to speak up on something or have a conversation with someone. If not a conversation, you may need to write about something or get your words out on paper or through some type of media. I feel this version, though, is more of you needing to express yourself in a safe space, where you're not going to be criticized or judged for what you say, because I do feel there's a part of you that has a lot to say. And that reflection will bring a lot of clarity to you as well. So let's go on and get into the tarot about what truth is coming to you, group 1. What truth is coming to group 1, please? Why did a Megan Thee Stallion lyric come to my mind? It goes like, I'm so indecisive, you can't cuff me, but I'm wifey. That's interesting. I feel group 1, there is something about relationships. It's like two sides of you kind of are in conflict with one another. Like, I feel one side of you does want to be in some type of reliable, intimate relationship, or you want to engage in more relationships that have meaning and depth to them, but also there is another side of you that doesn't want to get caught up with the complexities of navigating such relationships. I do feel like there could be a wound around relationships that keep you from accessing your emotions. It just seems like you're closed off to the realm of emotions because it feels like too much to handle at this time. But I also feel that you closing off this part of yourself is closing you off to your sense of passion in life, and it's also closing you off to what can potentially inspire you. I do feel that there could be an encouragement to see how you can get more in touch with your emotions through creative outlets, or just practicing expressing your emotions or identifying what emotion you're feeling with people that you're close with. Maybe this is a close friend or a family member, but just really working on the emotional side of yourself, because it kind of feels a bit neglected, because there is so much of an outward focus. Yeah, I feel like you need to be nourished, group 1. Even drinking more water could help you. But definitely there's this indecision I feel that you may be facing, or just an energy of not knowing, or this feeling of being confused about the next steps, or feeling kind of like paralyzed or stuck, because you're not quite sure what to do, but you want to do something. It's just you don't know what to do. It's very interesting. Can we get more information? What truth is coming to group 1? All the 2s. Do you see 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 2, 2, 2. Definitely a time of decisions and reevaluation, and really coming to terms with what you are prioritizing in your life and what you are investing your resources into, not only your money, but your time and your attention, and how much of it are you giving to different aspects of your life, and seeing how you can hone in your focus and hone in your priorities so that you do have more of a focused energy. I feel this energy of wanting to be more stable or wanting to have more stability in your life, and more clarity is coming in on what is disrupting this sense of stability in your life, group 1. And I do feel there's going to be more truth coming to you about how you can restructure your life or alter your plans, or maybe even devise a new plan for your life, or envision a new life for yourself, or envision a life that you want to live, and putting forth the effort to make that happen, and perhaps changing your routine or changing what it is that you are putting your energy towards, so that you can actualize this change that you're wanting to undergo. I do feel like you're undergoing a lot of significant shifts right now, and it may feel like you are ending a lot of things, or a lot of things are moving out of your life, or you're preparing to make significant shifts. And it may require you to rid of old behaviors or old ways of identifying, or old ways of being in general. It may even require people being removed from your life. But it does seem like these occurrences will bring a broader understanding to you, and it may inspire you to think bigger, or to see how much you are capable of and what has been hindering your progress forward. Okay. I will say, let's see, are there any final messages for group 1? Any final messages? Okay, the Seven of Cups, I do feel it's time to remove any external influences that add to confusion. I do feel there could be a lot of distractions that may lead to some type of confused thinking, or may take you off track in some way. Getting clear on what is distracting you, whether it's people, why is that the main thing that's coming through? I'm just looking at this person there. It could be like people drawing you in, or things drawing you in, material things, or even media influences, whatever it may be for you, group 1. It's just time to really clarify your goals and clarify your focus, and also being sure that you're not too caught up in your dream, but grounding it as well. Like, it's good to have the vision, but make sure that you apply some type of plan behind the vision as well. Let's see the message here. So we have the Moon and the Seven of Cups, so there could be a need for you to face your fears, to get connected with insecurities or doubts that may be hindering your progress forward, or any self-limiting beliefs that keep you from pursuing what it is that you want, especially if this is in regard to the way that you view yourself, or being too concerned with the perception of other people and needing their approval, or wanting to be admired or liked, or respected. I think it's important that you find that within yourself, so that you aren't so heavily reliant upon receiving the external validation, because it does seem like for some of you, if you don't get the praise or the accolade that you want, it may hinder you, or you may start to doubt yourself. But it's important to honor the process, and I think that's the truth that's coming to you, is to overcome these challenges associated with fear and doubt, and to realize that they're only as real as you make them. So yeah, let's end this reading with a final message for you, group 1. Final messages for group 1, please. We have your path. I immediately feel with this trust here is trust your path, trust that things are unfolding for you exactly as they are meant to, and trust that there is something that will guide you towards what it is that you're meant to experience, and to not feel like you have to do it all alone, because that will cause you to overwork yourself or overburden yourself with responsibility. So you can pause the video and read these cards if you would like to. I'll read this one specifically. It says, "Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions." I think that touches on what I said about the moon. And I'll also read this one because why not? We have trust with, "Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them." So yeah, releasing your grip on what it is that you want, and allowing opportunities to flow to you in unexpected ways. But yeah, that's what I see. Group 1. Big energies on focusing on your path, focusing on yourself, and pursuing the vision. But before you pursue the vision, clarify what it is that the vision is showing you, and then work towards it. But I feel like this is where I shall leave you, group 1. Let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. Leave it a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you in future videos, but until then, group 1, sending you much love. I hope that you get some rest and that you take care of yourself, and best of luck. So, bye-bye, group 1. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading on what truth is coming to you. So let's go on and jump into this reading and look into what truth is coming to you, group 2. What truth is coming to group 2? Please, what truth? I feel the truth is primarily about you, particularly the way that you perceive things, your perception of the events that happen in your life. I feel a lot here about your internal dialogue and seeing if it is contributing to any negativity that you may be encountering. Let's get one more card. What is this about? What truth is coming to group 2? Group 2, I feel there's a lot here about you and discovering how you take care of yourself, how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, and how this relationship with yourself is impacting the relationships with other people, or even the relationship that you have with your finances or your money. I feel there's a truth coming in about a shift in your values, and I feel it will start with a shift in your perspective. And this may come through a conversation that you have with someone, but I do feel that there will be something that triggers you to go into yourself and to really reevaluate and reestablish a sense of meaning, or trying to understand what does give you meaning in life, and reprioritizing your focus on things that truly matter, and perhaps readjusting your direction as well, or reevaluating your direction, deciding to take on a new path. But I do feel initially the truth coming in is around your sense of self, and I feel once that truth begins to marinate within, or this light starts to shine within you, particularly on an issue from your past or from an inability to connect with deeper rooted issues from your past. I feel this will cause you to make a certain change in your life that changes your direction. It's so fascinating. I feel a bit clouded in your reading group 2, and I think it's important that you implement more sustainable actions, reevaluating your everyday routine, perhaps implementing more activities that bring you into your body or help you to ground in some way, whether that is through an activity that you are able to just focus on, a hobby that you enjoy, something that's hands-on. I think would be very beneficial for you, group 2, because it feels very internal, and this energy can quickly become a bit detached from reality or just caught up in the internal world. And I do feel that it's for good reason that you are feeling so introspective, or you are wanting to really uncover new parts of yourself, or you're seeking more truth within yourself or about yourself. But you see, I'm getting I kind of feel like I'm in a dream. I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like maintaining a sense of staying here, staying present, and not getting too consumed by your internal dialogue. Let's get a bit more detail, because I do feel that with your reading, having a to-do list every day, or just having things that help you to do things practically, will help you to adjust through this time, because I feel like you particularly are going through a transformation of self, or you're changing a lot about your current circumstances, or you're being brought into some type of awareness about changes that you need to make in order to feel more true to yourself, because it seems like either your environment isn't representing the person that you're wanting to be or the person that you're wanting to become, or you are still engaging in behaviors or still associating with things or people who don't fully align with the path that you're wanting to take, but they may just be around you. It's interesting, but I do feel there's this wanting to go your own way. We're finding a new sense of independence. But can we get more information for group 2, please? Group 2. Whoa. There could be a hesitation behind taking action as well, or not feeling quite ready for things to happen, or feeling like things are moving and you're not able to keep up. Yeah, can we get more information for group 2, please? Yeah, I was just saying there could feel like a sense of hesitation, a lot of changes that are occurring, and I do feel, especially for you, group 2, it's important that you have a daily routine, some type of physical activity, something that brings you into the body, and activities that help you to clear your mind, because it does seem like you are handling a lot, and I feel there could be this energy of overwhelm that you may be encountering. And I want to say, group 2, a big truth that you're coming to realize, or that's coming to you, is your ability to work through uncomfortable changes, or your ability to navigate unknown territory, or just your sense of good judgment, and learning to trust in what you feel rather than focusing too much on what outside influences are encouraging you to do, but really centering in a sense of self and deciding for yourself what is the best action to take. And I do feel this will require some time out, some time to reflect. Perhaps you even just need more rest, more time to retreat. A relaxation, vacation could be very beneficial for you, group, to, especially if you have been hyper focused on your stability, whether that's your financial security or some type of physical security with your living arrangements. It just seems like you're very stressed about the practical elements of your life, and I feel like it's primarily because things are changing in that arena, and you may feel like it's time to take action in a certain direction, but you're not quite sure what direction to go in, or you may know what is required of you, but it just feels like a lot of pressure. I just feel pressure and like a sense of overwhelm in your group. But I want to say, group, too, you have time, and that's another truth that's coming to you, is that you only feel this sense of urgency when you are stressing about the situation, and I feel that stress is preventing you from being able to clearly think through a plan or to strategize your way towards more security or stability in your life. And you may either make impulsive decisions or feel like you need to be impulsive or needing to make quick decisions, or you may procrastinate. And I do feel more truth is coming into you, or coming to you, about this dichotomy within that you struggle with, and what causes you to fall into patterns of procrastination or impulsivity. And I do feel like it's connected to a fear of not feeling safe, or something around your security, I feel. We have a lot happening for you. I do think that you're being pulled in different directions. Different parts of your life are calling for your attention. But the biggest thing here is a need for rest, so that you can come to a more balanced state of mind, and so that you can make decisions from a place of certainty, in a place of courage, because courage is required, I feel. And it is important that you do what you feel is best for you, rather than what you think other people are expecting, or relying too much on appeasing the expectations of others, or even holding yourself too high, to high standards, or putting a lot of pressure on yourself. It just seems like a need to relieve pressure, and a truth that's coming in for you is that you are safe. You will have what you need. You will always have what you need, so there's no need to really stress about your security in that way. And I do think that there's more understanding that will come through about feelings of insecurity, especially in your finances, or something about possessing things. you know, or what you have. I need more information. I truly do. You know, it doesn't just have to be about your finances. It could also be about your health as well as your overall well-being. Yeah. And making sure that you are checking that cortisol. I feel like stress is the is the main issue here behind any difficult that you face. And mindfulness techniques can definitely help you with that, as we see with that 6th house card. Can we get more information for group 2, please? What truth is coming to them, group 2? I just keep hearing relax, relax. There is a lot of change happening, and I do feel that it's fortunate change, and it does seem like it requires you to have a big picture view, especially if you are encountering uncomfortable shifts in your life, recognizing that this is leading towards better for you, and it may involve you needing to change something in your life that has been fixed or that has been somewhat stable or reliable, because it's now time to expand, or I just keep wanting to say level up. Like, it's a time to mature into a new phase and to not rely on external sources so much, but finding a sense of inner support, a sense of self-sufficiency. Yeah. So that you're not disappointed when something doesn't follow through. It's just a lot here about how much you can rely on yourself and how much you may need to detach from putting all your eggs in one basket, is what I want to say. But definitely finding that sense of self-reliability, especially with Aries. A lot of focus around the self and how you may need to build more trust within yourself to make things happen, and not relying on other people to do that for you. Anything else for group 2? Group 2, please. Yeah, we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is the energy of feeling good on your own. I do feel like that is a truth that's coming to you, is that you are capable of accomplishing a lot on your own. You are capable of doing things on your own, and it's time to kind of step into this more independent, self-actualized energy, and to really prove to yourself how much you are worth. There is a lot here about seeing your value, honoring your value, and utilizing it to attract what it is that you wish to experience in your life, and also allowing it to align you with like-minded individuals. I get a lot here about not settling, and I feel a good way to see or to acknowledge if you are settling for something that may not be worth settling for is if you do feel impulsive about it, or if you feel like you have to overthink it or overanalyze it or rationalize things too much. It should just feel natural, it should flow, and it should feel easy. And I do feel that anything that hasn't been that way for you is being taken away from you, and that may be difficult because you could be used to trying to make things work, or overexerting yourself, or putting too much energy into things, and it's been depleting you, I feel, group 2. And now the fortunate change is that those things that have been depleting you are being removed from your life, whether you want it to or not. And it's now time for you to reevaluate your values and what you've been valuing and seeing if it's true to you. So a lot here about who you are and growing more into who you are and seeing the truth of you. And establishing more boundaries that protect you as well. And I want to say protect you as in protecting your dignity, your integrity, your value. And also not taking on other people's battles as well. Yeah. Whew. Any other messages for group 2, please? Group 2, what truth is coming to group 2? It's a lot of cards. Yeah, being mindful of comparison as well, or comparing your life to that of your peers or other people. I feel with the Five of Wands, it just seems like some misunderstandings that you may have to encounter, or misunderstandings that you have with other people may show you insight into yourself and how you approach situations or what truly matters to you. I feel with the Five of Wands, there could be a conflict of interest, or you just realize that the people around you don't see things the way that you do, and it may require you to maybe detach a bit so that you can come to a centered place without the external noise of that environment. It does seem like there is some challenge here with your environment or with people in your environment. And this challenge with these people, I feel, is going to push you towards this more independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient energy. So all of this chaotic energy is bringing you back to yourself, I feel. Group 2, and in this reading, I don't know how long it's been, but it just feels like it's taken some time. It feels like it's taken me more effort to really put the pieces together, and I feel that's because in your life right now, it just seems like things need time to unfold. Patience is required, and I do feel there's a level of confusion that you're having to sort through, but all of it is for the purpose of you coming home to yourself. And that seems to be the major truth, is that you may have been pulled away from yourself from from so many different things I feel have been pulling your attention, and now it's a time to get back on the road to home, which is inside of yourself and not outside. Whew. There could be some issues of codependency that you are facing as well, or relying too much on the people around you, or relying too much on certain things for a sense of security. But I just feel like those things are not as secure as you may have thought. Yeah, it just seems like it's not fulfilling you, and you may be staying in a situation that is a bit disappointing or isn't fulfilling. It makes me think of like, you go somewhere and you're rating it a 4 out of 10. It's just like, that's not that good. You could do better. So let's get this final card for you, group 2. Any other messages for group 2? Yeah, it's time to move away from any energies that are discordant. I don't even know the word. It just seems like too much. It could feel like there's a lot of issues that people may have with you, or there's a lot of arguments, or a lot of petty behavior, or just things that you're not understanding, disagreements that you're not understanding. And I feel whatever is bringing this energy of misunderstanding, confusion, especially if it's from other people, there's a lot here about you needing to, as hard as it may be, because it does seem like you have some type of emotional attachment to these people, whether it is some type of a family relationship or romantic relationship, or whatever the title of the relationship is, or the situation or the environment. It just feels unhealthy, and it's causing a lot of pressure and stress for you. It feels like it's more so in your personal life, and it could be affecting your work, because you may be bringing your personal issues into the workplace, and it may be disrupting your mood or your attitude towards your work, or whatever it may be. Or it could just be disrupting your health in some way. It seems like it's time to really decide to value yourself more, and by doing so, you will naturally move away from this energy, and you will move towards more harmonious ground, and you won't be, oh my gosh, you won't be plagued by the replays of arguments that you've had, or too busy thinking about what other people are holding against you, or what they're saying about you. It just seems like a lot is happening behind closed doors, or there's a lot being said, and it just seems like right now would be a good time to strategize a plan for you to get towards this place of stability, financial security, comfort, and just overall feeling like you have, without being attached to someone else. Very interesting, group 2. I don't know why there's so much here about your attachments, or attachments to things outside of you, but that seems to be huge here. A lot of the change is removing you from harsh environments, or people who may have hidden motives, or hidden jealousy, or I don't know, it just doesn't feel good. And yeah, you're definitely being assisted in knowing what actions to take next to move you in a new direction, and moving you towards a greater sense of home and comfort. So, can we get a final message here for group 2, please? Final message for group 2. Yeah, it's time to get grounded, and it's time to detach from whatever you've had strong attachments to. It says, with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's when it's fulfilled. So if you've been attached to this idea of either a relationship, or a job, or a family situation, or a living situation, whatever it is, I do feel it's like loosening your grip and allowing yourself to be exposed to new environments that fulfill you, rather than trying to make something that isn't working work. You can't fix what's broken, group 2, and it's really not your job. But definitely an energy here of getting grounded, especially since this came out reversed. I do feel this card always makes me think of Capricorn because of the goat. And when I think of Capricorn, I think of plans, I think of strategy, I think of discipline, dedication, resilience, tenacity, and I feel that is what is required of you at this time. And it may feel arduous sometimes, it may feel difficult sometimes, especially if that is not your strong suit, but it is time to strengthen new muscles, group, too, and I feel that you are capable, and it's time to really get serious about what you're doing with your life or how you're living your life, and no longer being stuck in situations that leave you feeling depleted or leave you feeling not good, essentially. And we also have this card of inviting help, so definitely look for resources. You know, if you do need to talk to someone, or if you need assistance in some type of area of your life, then by all means do yourself a service and go and receive that help. But this card says, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. Yeah, so getting more spiritually involved, or having more spiritual practice like mindfulness or whatever is best for you, but also seeking practical solutions to your current problems as well. So yeah, that's what I see for you, group. To have faith in the process, trust the process. My goodness, I do send you so much love, because it does not seem like this is easy. I do feel like you are encountering some challenges right now. But you know, that butterfly has to learn how to fly, and I feel like you're gaining your wings, and it's now time to learn how to use them. So you got this, group 2. Take it easy, make sure you get some rest, love on yourself like never before. You need it, and just do what feels right to you, and don't stress too much. I know it's easier said than done, but please be mindful of your health. Your mental, emotional, and physical health, they all matter so much. But I feel like I've done enough talking. Group 2, let me know in the comments how it resonated. Leave it a like if you enjoyed, or if it helped you in any way, and subscribe. Hopefully I get to see you in the next reading, but until then, I shall leave you here and say bye bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading on what truth is coming to you. So let's go on and jump in to see what that may be for you, group 3. What truth is coming to group 3, please? You know, I'm hearing words like clarity, purity. It's very interesting. Yes, you know, I do feel there's this wanting to really express, and there's a clarity coming in about what's been withholding you from being able to really step into this energy of valuing yourself enough to show qualities that maybe you were ashamed of before, or maybe you were just hiding. Yeah, with this energy of dignified here, it just seems like you are really up leveling into a sense of self that can't be shaken by outside opinions, or by things outside of you that would challenge you to maybe doubt yourself sometimes. It just seems like all of that's being cleared away, and I do feel that's why the word purity and clarity were coming through, because it just seems like your perception of self is clearing to the point where you have this vision of who you want to be, and you're making very strong steps towards that version. And it just seems like you're leveling up completely, group 3. It feels like your energy is shifting, and whatever is not aligned with this new sense of dignity and integrity that you're carrying within yourself, it feels like everything that's not in that energy is falling away. It just seems like you're becoming like your biggest advocate, or you're being seen for your qualities. or you're being offered opportunities because of this light that you bring, or because of your skills or your creative ability or the way that you're able to carry yourself. It just seems like there's something about your look or your approach, your stature, your stance is really influencing your success at this time, and it just seems like you're coming into new levels of success. But let's get a bit more information for you, group 3. Oh, I feel very excited for you, group 3. It does seem like there's a lot of excitement and opportunity waiting for you. Yeah, like strap in. You're about to go on an adventure, I feel, group 3. But can we get more information? What truth is coming to group 3? Yeah, I just keep coming back to this feeling of healing your sense of self, and perhaps healing from projections of other people, or healing from relationships that tainted your ability to be an individual, or maybe clouded your view of yourself. And I do feel that there's more truth coming in about your relationship dynamics, and how capable you're able to be yourself in relationships, and perhaps how that may have been hindered, and how you're progressing from these more stifling relationships, or you may be expanding your expression in your current relationships, and it may provide more healing as this encourages more introspection, or it allows you to gain a better perspective of yourself and how you navigate through your relationships with other people, but primarily your relationship with yourself. I also feel the energies are balancing within you, or there's some type of internal healing that you may have been pursuing, or you've been taking more time out to build up your sense of character, or really engaging in some personal development activities, whether this is through your work or through your own background, like studying or whatever the case may be. I just feel like there's been a lot of personal development that's been going into this maturity, I feel, from you, group 3. But it just seems like you're on an upward momentum, and things are kind of aligning for you so that you are able to really show what you've been working on in the background. There's a lot here about your background work being recognized by outsiders, or you finally being able to be in reciprocal situations, or finally feeling like you're getting what you're putting in, or finally feeling valued. That's what I feel. And there could be a wound that's healing around your sense of value and your sense of self and your sense of self-confidence. And I do think that an energy of self-love is building within you, and it's growing stronger, and it's going to help you to heal a lot from any situations that dampened your ability to see how much you're worth. And it's also going to help you to have more clarity into any situations that may be disrupting this energy of self-value. Yeah, I'm hearing this Jhené Aiko song. It's a lyric, and it's just one particular part that's like, I'm moving on, I'm putting on my free. Yeah, it's like a freedom of self-expression, freedom of self, really coming into this independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient energy. but also being very attractive and attracting like-minded individuals and attracting situations that really help you to show your stuff and really help you to shine your light in a new way. It feels like new experiences are going to really illuminate a lot of the changes that have been going on internally, and it's going to help you to see how far you've come and how much progress you have made. And it just seems like a time to celebrate yourself right now, group 3, because it does seem like you've had to digest a lot of difficult situations, or you've had to really transmute your challenges into something that is like fertilizer for your growth, or you've had to make something good out of a situation, or you've been looking at the bright side of situations, or at least trying to grow from things. And I do see that paying off for you big time, and it just seems like now is your time to shine, and it's now time to collaborate with people, or at least offer up your skills or offer up your abilities with partnerships or with people in a way that, you know, both sides can win, or it's like everyone glows up or, you know, everyone benefits from the situation because you're able to authentically collaborate with people rather than playing this game of, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want them to think this, or oh, blah blah blah. You know, it just seems like you're not really concerned with appeasing another person or trying to overextend yourself. It's more realizing that you are enough, and people can either accept it or they don't, and those that do will probably have a better chance of having success. Okay, but yeah, you know, I get this energy of self-confidence, and maybe even like a little bit, I don't want to say arrogant, but it's just like just really feeling yourself, group 3, and I think it's about time that you do. But perhaps the reason why arrogance came up in my mind is to tell you to beware of that energy of, you know, over self-promotion, or just being too self-centered or too focused on yourself. But for the most part, it seems like you'll be aware of when you may need to take into the account of other people's needs, or, you know, giving someone else the space to shine their light. But yeah, definitely energies here of you being brought into relationships with people who are just as confident and who are just as successful, or people who are striving towards a similar goal in life, or who have similar values. And definitely removing yourself or being removed from environments or situations or people who will only threaten to bring you down in some way. But let's get more information here. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Group 3, please, what truth is coming to them, group 3? Yeah, definitely a lot of changes. I do feel like you're in a big transition in your life right now, group 3, and it does seem like there is a lot of release and letting go that is required here. A release of you holding yourself back in some regard, or you releasing old perceptions of yourself or old dynamics or behaviors that you've been engaging in, whether that's with other people or just within yourself. If you know that you have a tendency to engage in self-destructive behaviors, I feel like now is a time to find more balance with your approach to things, and definitely valuing yourself more than what you have. And I also feel with this Nightingale, it's big on speaking up, putting yourself out there, engaging with new people, or trusting in your charisma, you know, building your social skills. It just seems like a time of lots of chatting or lots of movement It seems like you're going to be very inspired to create something, or new creative abilities will be unlocked, or you'll have new passions that come into your awareness, or some type of activity that you take part in may spark a new interest for you. It just seems like a very creative time where a lot of new ideas and a lot of new stimulation will be coming. And it just seems like a lot of talking, a lot of exchanges with different people, different ideas. But it seems like a lot of action. And perhaps this is something that you're craving, especially if you are not currently in this energy, group 3. It seems like it would benefit you to engage with the community, or put yourself in a place where you could meet new people who have similar interests as you, or just new people in general, or putting yourself in environments that have a lot of stimulation. Because for a lot of you, it's time to come out of the dark, or it's time to be seen in some way, or it's time to put yourself out there. I just keep saying that for you, group 3. And to have the confidence to do so. It's a lot here about having confidence, and I do feel that that's a major truth that's coming in, is how much you do have to offer. And perhaps you've been downplaying yourself, or that's been a tendency in the past to not really see that in yourself, and perhaps you always looked up to people who were able to just express themselves so easily and freely. But now it's time for you to come into that energy. Yeah, I need one more card here. One more. For group 3, what truth is coming to them? Oh, it's so fun. Are you kidding? Definitely, you are a light, a bright light, a fun time, intelligent, chatty, witty. You know, I do think you're making this transition from, being more behind the scenes and a lot more being seen. I do feel that there is a boost of popularity with you, group 3. And yeah, I don't know why this is coming in, but with all this chatty energy, I got very quiet all of a sudden. I think that's necessary to be discerning with situations. Make sure you have your wits about you, group 3. I don't think that will be an issue, but it felt necessary to say, so of course I'm going to say it. But it just seems like fun times are on the horizon. It does seem like you are rising above past situations. You are taking flight, you're moving forward, and you're finding your voice, you're finding your space, and you're finding your tribe. That's what I feel. And if not specifically people in your tribe, I just feel your environment, or the environment that's best for you to grow and succeed, or what feels natural to you. That's what I feel. It's coming into a more natural energy, a more natural sense of being, rather than trying to perform. Yeah, things are just flowing, I feel, and just let it flow, group 3, is what I feel for you, because things are looking pretty good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Good on you, group 3. Anything else for group 3? What truth is coming to them, group 3? Yeah, I feel this light energy with your group. It's not heavy. It feels like things are picking up, or things are starting to move forward. So that's good if you've been wanting things to start moving forward for you, group 3. We have the High Priestess, Pentacles, the Sword. So interesting. Yeah, I feel like this is past energy. I do feel that whatever you've encountered in your past in regard to feeling like people have things to say about you, or situations that tested your insecurities, or made you feel insecure, or feeling like you haven't really been seen. There could be something about being seen, or this fear of being perceived that has developed because of past situations of maybe being judged or being picked on or bullied. This feels like this is more buried in your past, more in the background, and it's affecting or has affected your ability to express yourself. But I do sense that that's clearing. I just get this clarity this clarity and this clearing and this purity, this purifying energy. I keep saying it feels light, like there's a load that's lightening off of you. And I do think it's because these insecurities are falling away, or you're becoming more aware of the insecurities that hold you back. And it's definitely helping you to come into this this vibe, of not sleeping on yourself, not downplaying yourself, but definitely honoring how far you've come, what you've made of yourself, the transformation that you've gone through, and how it's okay to feel good within yourself, especially if it's taken you a long time to get to this point. Celebrate that, group 3. Celebrate this energy of feeling self-confident and good on your own and enjoying your own company, because it does seem like it took some work to get here. Okay, so I love that for you, group 3. Definitely an end of a cycle of feeling down about yourself or having negative self-talk. I do feel like a healing of your relationship with yourself, as well as a healing of your subconscious mind, and you perhaps deepening a relationship with your spirituality in some way, or having new insights that inspire you to trust in the unknown more, or it helps you to trust in something outside of you more with the High Priestess, or you just feel more connected. I also feel that you will be gaining some new knowledge, or maybe you'll be acquiring secret information in some way with this High Priestess. It feels like you'll be quite satisfied with this discovery. But this information could just be secret information about yourself, or more hidden information, or just a lot of light coming to things that have been hidden, a lot of answers coming to you about yourself or a situation. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Anything else for group 3? What truth is coming to them? Yeah, I'm not taking these. I feel this ferocity, like you're going to be more assertive and more able to speak on what you want. I do feel perhaps in the past it's been hard to speak up for your needs, or you were trying to please too much, or trying not to come off a certain way, or trying to be overly polite. It just seems like you feel at this point that's unnecessary, or you're going to come to this place of realizing, like, okay, I know respect and I know how to say things in a way that won't be offensive. So there's no need to try to be overly nice, or, overly kind to the point where people take advantage of you. Yeah, because there could have been like situations in the past that you've had to learn from because you were taken advantage of, and it made you who you are today. But definitely there's an energy around not being taken advantage of, having boundaries, asserting those boundaries, asserting your needs, and not feeling bad about having needs, especially if you've been told that you were needy, or whatever the case may be. There could just be like a subconscious issue around feeling needy, or something. There's something there, and I do feel there's going to be more clarity about that coming to you in your own time. But for sure, there's this like, oh my gosh, I want this, so I'm gonna say I want it, or I want to do this, so I'm gonna do it. Like this. I don't know. I love this energy. I have to say, group 3 is very attractive. I have to say, I do feel you are a magnet right now. You are attracting things left to right, group 3. So that's why discernment is necessary, because you're about to have a good time. You're about to have a good time. But definitely just make sure that the people or the things that you're accepting into your life are going to be beneficial to you. Pure. It just feels very dignified. Like you are having a strong presence, making strong impressions, and yeah, people's perception of you could be changing as well. But can we get some other information for group 3, please? What truth is coming to them? I keep hearing don't hold on too tightly. What is that about? What is that about? Don't hold on too tightly. Yeah, with the Fool, it just seems like now's a lighthearted, playful time. It's not really in your best interest to become overly attached to any outcome or to any certain thing. I do feel it's time to open up, to not keep yourself closed off. Being more open would serve you well, because there is a lot coming towards you, a lot of new opportunities as well. And it's very important that you do overcome any energies of self-doubt or insecurity or small-minded thinking that keeps you in this energy of insecurity or holding on to things because you feel like, oh, this is my only chance, or oh, this is whatever the case, just having this bigger picture view, and always remembering what you're worth so that you aren't so quick to cling on to something that you feel is valuable when really it's like pennies compared to dollars. Yeah, very interesting. I also feel that your relationship with money could be becoming more clear. It could also become a focal point for you. And I do think that your relationship with money could have some type of relationship with the way that you value yourself or the way that you see yourself. Your resources could be increasing, and I do feel that it will cause you to really look at the way you've been living, or any scarcity mindsets that have been limiting your ability to have more fun or to be more free. Some type of restrictions I do feel are lifting for you. But really, these restrictions that are lifting is going to show you where you may be holding yourself back. Because there is this thing about like not holding on too tightly. So that could be in regard to many of things, but definitely apply it in the way that is best for you, group 3. I want to get one more card for you, group 3, please. Final message here. Wow, your reading has been up and down, hasn't it? There's this thing here of not crying over spilled milk, group 3. Taking things as they are, not focusing too much on what's been lost, especially if this is in regard to a relationship. I do feel like whatever relationship has caused you a major disappointment, or that maybe sold you a dream, it does seem like you're being rescued from this. Like it was for the purpose of bringing light to a part of you that needed to speak up for yourself, or that needed to really come through. And now it's time to move away from that type of dynamic. It just seems like that was the end of a chapter, and that really marked the end of a chapter, and your ability to walk away from any relationships that have been disappointing. That's unlocked the door for you, for sure. But also, I do feel with the Four of Pentacles, there could be a message here on maybe conserving some of your resources or putting in some type of financial plan, especially if you have encountered an increase in your finances. It's making me think of feeling like you don't have enough because there's a mindset of not having enough. But when you really sit down and you look at your relationship with your money, I do feel that you'll see that actually you have more than enough, and maybe your mindset is causing you to be impulsive in your spending, or maybe it may be clouding your judgment of your actual predicament. But for sure, that feels like a deeper issue that may be coming to light. Your relationship with your resources and how it's tied to your relationship with your sense of self. And I do feel like that's healing for you, but it does seem like it will take some time to yourself to really come to this awareness, for sure, because there is a lot outside of you that's happening. I do feel superficially or on the surface of your life it's looking very good. Things are happening for you, opportunities arising left and right, but it does seem like on an internal level you may be encountering a lot of purging of old situations, or like releasing a lot, and perhaps needing to get these feelings out on paper or finding a creative outlet to express yourself, and not allowing past disappointments in relationships to keep you from being open to new relationships in whatever relationship dynamic that is. Like, it could be romantic, platonic, whatever, professional, but just being open to the opportunities, and letting go of these past dealings that really tested you in some way. So can we get some final messages here for group 3? Final messages here for group 3, please. Didn't I just say that you're going through a purging? That's what I feel like. It's just a time of clearing, of clarity, of purifying, of releasing, because you're being pushed towards this new sense of living life, and it just seems like it's time to allow it to happen, accept what's going on, and have the courage to move things forward, accept these endings, and really allow yourself to learn from it. Reflect on how far you've come. Reflect on the wisdom that you've gained through your journey, so that you are able to move forward without the baggage of your past. And just know that things are really looking good for you. Your value is increasing. I do feel like your financial stability is going to feel more reliable, or it's going to be increasing in some way. It just seems like your value is increasing. So hang in there, see it through, have patience with this time. It does seem like you're in transition, and it's time to, take stock of your situation thus far, and allow for things to go. It just seems like a lot of signs are saying to let go, to allow, to surrender, and let things happen for you. But I do want to read this card. It says, during crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. And this is Goddess Kalima, which represents death and endings. You can look into her if you would like to, but for sure there's a lot here about release and purging so that you are ready for this new beginning. Anything else for group 3, please? Alrighty. Yeah, open up, expansiveness. I just feel, if I was to say a transit, I feel like there's a lot of Jupiter, Pluto happening for you at this time, group 3. Or just the energy of Jupiter and Pluto interacting. I do know sometime during the summer, Jupiter will move into Gemini and then it will make a trine to Pluto in Aquarius. And I do feel, there's a lot there about breaking free and having opportunities that encourage the energy of transformation and freedom. But this is not an astrology reading. However, this is about you finding acceptance in your current predicament, allowing things to happen, and finding freedom in what's going on, and recognizing that anything that is being taken away from you or is changing is for the purpose of you having more freedom to be yourself and finding more freedom in your situations or in your relationships with people. I feel like I was talking so fast in your reading, and it just seems like the energy is picking up, or there's things that are happening fast for you. But yeah, if you are feeling defeated at this time, group 3, I just keep wanting to say hang on. Like, things are going to get better for you. Just trust in this process and focus on moving forward is what I want to say. So yeah, I'll read this card of freedom and acceptance. With freedom we have, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. And with acceptance we have radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. So yeah, we have that card here of not holding on too tightly. Let go. Group 3, it'll be way better if you do. So that's what I feel I am meant to leave it for you, group 3. Thank you so much for being here with me. Great things are on the horizon for you. I do feel that you are coming into a greater sense of self that is more confident and self-assured. And things are going to improve for you. So if you are going through any difficulties, especially with your health or your finances or anything that's really challenging your sense of self or your security, especially your internal security, things are healing, but it does require some big changes in your environment as well as with your association. So that is happening whether you want it to or not. You could always resist, but what's the point of resisting? Just let it happen. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Much love to you. You will make it through and you will be so much better on the other side of it. Face these challenges head on and you're going to grow. So yeah, like the video if it helped you in any way. Subscribe if you would like to. I would appreciate if you did. And let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. And hopefully I can see you in the next reading. But until then, I shall chat with you later and say to you, bye bye. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading on what truth is coming to you this time. Let's go on and see what that may be for you, group 4. What truth is coming to group 4? Group 4. What truth? Group 4, I do feel there is something within you that is arising. Perhaps it's a new passion or some type of strong opinion that you have about something, or a cause that you feel very strongly about, or maybe a new belief system that may be piquing your interest, or a new hobby. There's something that's going to ignite a fire within you, I feel, and it may challenge you in some way, or it may cause some type of I don't want to say disagreement. I'm getting two things for you. It may surprise people the way that you express this new interest, or the way that you express this newfound passion, or it may cause some type of internal conflict where it tests your ability to let me revise that statement. I don't want to say it tests your ability, but rather it brings into question an internal belief that you had about yourself, or it just makes you question your identity in some way, or your stance on something. I need more information though for you, group 4. Group 4, please. What truth is coming to them? Yeah, I feel you could be gaining a new interest in the path that you're currently on, or if you are working, I do feel there's more clarity coming about your career path, or a truth coming about what it is that you really want to strive for, or what will really bring you a sense of fulfillment on your path. And I do feel like it will be connected to something that is deep within you that feels drawn to this this pursuit. And if not your work, it just seems like something that you're becoming very focused on, or very inspired by. Yeah, there's definitely more clarity coming in about your direction and your path, group 4. So can we get more information here for group 4 about what truth is coming to them? What truth, group 4? That's a lot of cards. For sure, it does seem like there is something here about what you've been working on, or something that you want to work on. It feels like it will require a bit of your creativity, or you really utilizing your skills in a new way, or developing a new skill. More truth could come about your ability to do something well. It could be you writing, or it could be your ability to work with collaborators on something, or your leadership abilities are being highlighted. It just seems like you are coming into more awareness about the position that you want in life, and what you want to achieve, or what you want to experience. And that's really going to provide some type of guiding light for you. But I need to not take so many cards, so let's try again. What messages for group 4, please? What truth is coming to them, group 4? Yeah, there is a lot here about you showing your stuff, or you feeling confident enough to put your work out there, or to feel like you can take up some type of space, or you can have some type of role. I feel there's more truth coming in about your ability to feel motivated towards some type of pursuit. It seems like more motivation is going to be building within you. And I do feel there is something here about you softening in some way, or you being able to have more compassion for yourself through this process, or giving yourself more room to explore your options in the realm of your sense of direction. But it also seems like you're going to be more seen, or this path will require you to be perceived more often. And it just seems like your overall look is transforming in some way, or your reputation is something that will have a lot of your attention, I want to say, or you will be getting a lot of attention, and it could be making you a little shy. Group 4, or this new era of you really being out there, or you putting your work out there, or you being seen more, is going to really challenge a part of you that does prefer to be behind the scenes, or that doesn't really want too much attention. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like that's what's meant to be. It seems like it's time for you to really be seen for what you have to offer, and it's time for you to really step into this role of asserting yourself and putting yourself in positions that allow you to be seen for your work, or to take yourself more seriously, and maybe coming into an awareness of how you have been limiting your ability to advance in some way because you have had doubts, or you have had some type of creative block, or this feeling of like, oh, does this really matter, or will this work out? Yeah, just overall a sense of doubt and insecurity that I feel is being brought into your awareness, so that you can clear that away, provide yourself with that loving self-compassion that's needed for you to have the confidence to move forward, and really recognizing your unique talents and what you do have to offer, and putting forth your effort to shine your light in that way. Okay, group 4. So for sure there's a lot of truth here about you being a prominent figure, whether that's in your community or in your family or in your friend group, or perhaps in general you being a leader or some type of influencing person to be around, and you could be very inspiring for those around you, and it's time to really own that quality and not shy away from it, and to utilize your voice or your platform, or whatever, to utilize your resources in a way that helps to move you forward and helps to ignite your passions in some way. Because you are being observed, you are being watched. There's a lot of eyes here. But I do feel that you're being supported more than you expect, or more than you think. So definitely don't hyper focus on the perceived flaws, or don't hyper focus on people who may criticize you in some way, because the support far outweighs the criticism. So definitely lean into that support, because it's going to help you to stay on this track of expressing yourself, or going towards this goal or this pursuit with more confidence and courage. So can we get more information? What truth is coming for group 4? What truth, group 4? Wow, isn't that just straight to the point? I mean, why do we have this? Yeah, I want to connect it to the raccoon. There could be some feeling of being controlled by your fears, or maybe feeling as if, oh, you don't want to be controlled by someone, so you don't want to pursue a path that may feel too stifling of your creativity, or that feels too much pressure. It's very interesting. I need more information. Why do we have this here? Group 4. Yeah, part of this could be more truth coming about your desire to stand up against wrongdoings, or you being given more insight into the more darker aspects of life, or just the behind the scenes of what's been going on. You know, for some of you this feels a little political, just to be honest, but for others this just could be you knowing things that people don't know, or you having more insight into the workings of situations or institutions, and you wanting to stand up against them. It's so interesting, that card. It just kind of threw me in for a loop. I also feel with the devil in the Five of Swords, standing up against any energies of jealousy. Maybe you are becoming more aware of sources of negativity, or you are seeing what's been influencing more negative beliefs, perhaps even cutting out any sources of gossip or any negative influences through the media or through any substances or activities. Whatever the case may be, it just seems like there's something that could potentially pull you away from yourself or pull you away from your path. It does feel like some type of distraction or some type of criticism from other people, or opposition from other people that could challenge you in some way, and it's just really pushing you to come back to center, come back to self, and not allow that to consume you, or allow it to push you into the shadows, you know. And I do feel this light of passion that you will be building is going to attract or shine a light on either other people's issues, or you will have more clarity into the jealousy or the issue of others, because you are coming into this place of prominence. Very interesting. I keep wanting to say watch your back, but not in a way where you're paranoid, but I just want to say be discerning and trust yourself. And make sure that you're dealing with people who are upright and honest, you know. Well, also don't do anything you don't want to do, group 4. So, well, read the fine print if you do have any agreements that need to be made. Yeah, why did the word perpetuity come through? Especially if you guys are signing a contract, like, get a lawyer and make sure that you have someone advocating for you, because there could be like an energy of people wanting to get in on this success that may be brewing for you, or they may want to like take advantage. This is just real. I'm not trying to inspire any fear. I'm just having to speak on what I see. Especially if you are an artist or a creative, or you are pursuing a path of publishing or producing things. It could be in any field, to be honest, but it just seems like have someone who has your back and who also has knowledge that will help you, so that you are not in a situation where you get the short end of the stick. It just seems like definitely needing to make sure that all the cards are on the table, you have clarity in your situation, and that there's no hidden motives. Read the fine print, you know, whatever you need to do, just be clear. Any other messages? Whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot, group 4, I have to say. For group 4, any other messages for them? What truth is coming, group 4? Your reading is throwing me in for a loop. I have to be honest, group 4. What's going on? Can we get one more card? Yeah, I just want to say focus on your work because these things are on the outside, and it's a lot here about you needing to find your focus, maintain your focus, because I just feel that you are going to be encountering some distractions or some situations that really test you in some way, and it's important that you do not get pulled away from your sense of purpose, and that you remember that you don't need anything. All your needs are met, so don't let someone else convince you that you need them, or that, whatever. I just feel, don't fall into making sure that you are not falling into any relationships that can potentially disrupt you emotionally, or that may lead to some type of manipulation, or some type of disappointment, because it does seem like you are on track to be very successful. You have this newfound desire or this newfound purpose in your life, really nurturing that, and overcoming these situations outside of you that will challenge your ability to really stay focused and move forward, especially if this is in regard to some type of relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional. It seems like if it's causing you emotional distress, it's definitely taking you away from what it is that is meant for you, and that which is meant for you will feel natural, and it will feel loving and nurturing, rather than how do I even describe that energy? Just combative or challenging. Definitely hear energy here about speaking up for yourself, staying focused and committed to your goals, and not devoting yourself to something that isn't worthwhile or isn't worth your energy. So let's get some final messages here for you, group 4. A lot here about focusing on yourself and the things that can sustain you, and knowing that you can make it on your own. Of course, lean on that support that is truly supportive, but don't fall into the wrong hands or trust in the wrong people who have the right words or who say the right things. It's just this energy of feeling too good to be true, and perhaps it is too good to be true. So for sure, don't rush the process. Don't take any shortcuts. That doesn't seem like the best thing to do right now. Group 4, I have to be honest, these shortcuts seem to be leading to something that could cause more issues in the long run. But definitely stay committed to your path and be patient with the unfolding. Just show up and do what you have to do, and then, leave. But anyway, can we get final messages here for group 4? Final messages. It's so interesting. Your group has been, I don't even know what to say. We have divine flow. So let go and flow. Okay. Let go and flow. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. For sure, there does seem to be some type of irrational situation that just comes out of left field. I do feel that you'll be able to handle it. But it does seem like it's a distraction, and coming back to this centered space, finding time to meditate and contemplate, or to just have more time to sit and reflect. This pose seems very important here. Definitely mindfulness will assist you in maintaining focus. But yeah, don't let the outside keep you from pursuing what you love on the inside. Okay? Yeah, I think that's where I need to leave it, to be honest with you, group. For this reading has been something, I would love for you to let me know in the comments how it resonates, because this has thrown me in for a loop. Like, what is going on? But anyway, I have to let this go, and I hope that you let me know in the comments how it resonates. I truly would appreciate it. Leave it a like and subscribe. But for sure, group 4, I really would love to hear from you, because what is going on? Like, now I'm curious. Perhaps you know. I hope this provided some clarity for you. I really do. But anyway, I shall leave you here. Until the next time. Bye-bye.